Chapter 1044 came at a gracious time from TCB Scans, and it is everything we wanted and more. Unfortunately, I was spoiled on what was going to happen in the chapter, but seeing the actual chapter, seeing what happened, blew my expectations out of the water. So let's not dick around anymore. Let's hop into chapter 1044 because it is so fresh on all of our minds, and I know it's going to break the internet. Chapter 1044 begins with the title Warrior of Liberation, and we know where that was coming from. Luffy is the Warrior of Liberation. And immediately off the bat in the chapter, with Luffy having a monologue saying, "What's happening? How can I still stand?" we knew immediately that he isn't possessed by Joy Boy. There were so many theories thinking that he was going to pull a Naruto, and now Naruto fans are now leaving and seeing themselves out the door after their claims that Luffy was another chosen one, that was a reincarnation, yada yada yada. Luffy is not that. He talks to himself and Luffy's like, I just lost, like how am I still able to stand? But he starts giggling uncontrollably. He's happy, he's ecstatic, he feels fantastic, and we see why Joy Boy is within Luffy, that Luffy is now harboring that title. He's happy, he's joyous, he's awakened. And Momonosuke says that Zunisha was the one who just said Luffy is Joy Boy, and it shocks Yamato. And we see briefly a lot of people who really know Luffy begin to sense his presence, like Kid, Hyo, Law. All of them sense Luffy is now alive, and we know previously everyone thought he was dead. People no longer sense his life force, and in chapter 1043, it seemed like Luffy was actually dead, that he had no life force left within him. His breath literally left his body. And of the people who sense his presence, Zoro did not sense his presence. Likely Zoro probably can't even sense where the hell he is. He can't even sense his own life force, if we're being honest. Zoro, we still have nothing from him, but the ZKK fans, they might be a little bit pissed with what happens in this chapter. We see the Gorosei gathered, and the Gorosei break what we've known about One Piece thus far. They say the world government has tried for eras to acquire the Gomu Gomu no Mi after 800 years, and they were never successful. Even when Who's Who had it, Shanks took it, and as a result, they've never had it. And they say it's almost as if devil fruits have a mind of their own. And in my last video of One Piece, I actually discussed this very concept, and it's confirmed here that all Zoan fruit users have a will of their own and their own spirit. The spirit of Luffy's fruit being sun god Nika, a mythical Zoan. Luffy is not a paramecia like we've thought before. It's the human fruit. Chopper's also has this name, so does Sengoku's. They're not the exact same fruit, but of that category, it's titled human, followed by its form. With Sengoku's, obviously it's the Buddha form, but Luffy has sun god Nika's form, which seems to be the most busted in the series before, and we see this beautiful panel of Luffy just geeking out, happy as hell, and we see this beautiful panel with Luffy over the moon in a typical Joy Boy-esque pose, and he's giggling, he's ecstatic. And apparently with the nature of this fruit, it's only limited by their own imaginations, putting smiles on faces far and wide, the embodiment of the warrior of liberation. This fruit seems the most powerful we've seen thus far, and I can't believe after all of this time, after 25 years of Oda writing, one thing we thought this entire time was that Luffy was for sure a paramecia. I'm not sure if this is foreshadowing or just my headcanon regarding Oda's foreshadowing, but Momo, whenever he first turned into a dragon within Punk Hazard, he asked Luffy about how this whole thing works, and Luffy's like, I don't know, man, I'm not a Zoan. But 300 plus chapters later, yeah, buddy, you are a Zoan. And it says that awakening this fruit exponentially strengthens their rubber body and they have even more freedom. It is the most ridiculous power in the world. Luffy throughout all of One Piece hasn't had some crazy power up. He's gotten stronger, don't get me wrong, he's had his different gears, but at no point have we been like, yeah, Luffy is the most busted character in the show right now, and it's not even fair power scaling wise. Luffy finally has his time to shine as a busted individual. It's like Goku whenever he went Super Saiyan the very first time. We see this beautiful transformation, and out of all of Luffy's transformations, this by far looks the most aesthetically pleasing to me. I enjoy all the various different gears, but I don't really enjoy the whole sumo, chunky looking Luffy, although that's cool, don't get me wrong, don't hate me for that, but I enjoy the sleek, slender design of Luffy that we have thus far. After this information dump that changes all of One Piece, we're brought briefly to Hiyori and Orochi, and we see all of Hiyori's emotions on full display, saying how proud she is to be a Kozuki, that she witnessed her father go through so much hell because of Orochi, and now Orochi begs for his life. He begs and says that I'll keep the Oden legacy alive. He's such a coward, and in the face of death, rather than accepting the vengeance that is bestowed upon him, instead, he cowers and begs. In a beautiful panel, we see Hiyori crying, and she says, "Hold your damn tongue, Orochi. I am Kazuki Hiyori." A beautiful scene that she's been waiting for so long, a moment that she's wanted to express who she is to the entire world. No longer in hiding, she's proud of being a Kazuki. Eventually, Kanjuro does show up, and immediately Orochi was on more coward behavior. Orochi's like, "Hey, go burn this woman to the ground right now." And joke's on him, Orochi's the one being burned. And we see, thematically, just like Hiyori's mother, she witnesses a fire and says the dawn will come. Remember whenever Hiyori witnessed the fire of her own village, of her own city, she said dawn will come, and now Hiyori, standing before the man who took everything from their family, she says once more, the dawn will come, and that the Kazuki clan always keeps their promise. My God, I literally have chills and goosebumps right now. And after this beautiful, beautiful scene, we see Luffy geeking out some more. He's like, "I feel like I can fight so much longer, and my heartbeat sounds funny. This is my peak, gear 5th. So not only is it an awakening, it's also his 5th gear, which is absolutely crazy. And upon retrospect, given that Chopper has various different points with his Hito Hito no Mi, Luffy's gears are kind of like points that Chopper has, just under a different name. I guess hindsight is 20/20, but I really do see this very valid comparison of Chopper's points and Luffy's gears. And if we remember, Kaido last chapter was rampaging about in Onigashima, and now Luffy comes through the damn ceiling, and he has this giant arm, almost like it was out of a cartoon, almost like it was Popeye's arm from Cartoon Network, and everyone's like, "What's going on? What is this Conqueror's Haki?" And everybody's like, "Oh my God, it is Luffy." And we see Kaido start to get bashed and beat, and Luffy this entire time is smiling, full of joy, full of laughter, truly expressing that he is Joy Boy. But a very important dialogue that takes place, Kaido says, "Luffy, Straw Hat, I'm glad you're still alive." As we know, Kaido has been robbed time and time again from his victories, being Mickey Moused when he fought Oden, being Mickey Moused when he fought Luffy, and now they have a chance to fight once more. Although I'm not sure how valid of a fight this is going to be, I kind of feel like it's going to be an ass whooping and Kaido's going to be killed very, very soon. But I don't sense any bloodthirst within Luffy. He just seems happy. And it's really interesting because most of the time when protagonists have these power-ups, it's fueled by rage, it's fueled by desire for destruction, and their emotions have taken over. But there is nothing more fitting than our protagonist within Luffy, absolutely ecstatic, happy, relaxed, just enjoying battle. That's what makes One Piece such a unique story. As much as I love the rage-induced moments within typical shonen, and don't get me wrong, that is one of my favorite things ever, One Piece is just so unique in the fact that Luffy is so atypical from another protagonist. Luffy's just, for lack of a better term, Luffy, and we love him for that. And my God, his 5th gear form looks amazing. And Kaido's like, "I'm sorry about that idiot before," referring to the CP0 agent. Rest in peace to his soul. He said, "I didn't want to live like that." And Luffy's smiling, relaxed, ready to win. He's like, "Don't sweat it. Now, let's finish this." So now before us, Luffy is going to fight Kaido once more. He's fought him so many times, and he has lost so many times, but I don't think that Luffy has any chance of losing now. After all, Liberation Warrior is finally here, as the chapter title suggests, and Oda delivered a 10 out of 10 chapter after breaking the internet for these weeks while we waited to figure out what the hell was going to happen this chapter, what was going to happen with Luffy, and my God, Oda, you've done it again. And I'm sure as we digest this chapter more and more people are going to come out and bring up the various different facts of here was more foreshadowing of Luffy actually having a mythical Zoan. God only knows how many there are. Immediately off the top of my head, there's the Momonosuke one, but it seems that there's probably a lot more given how much Oda likes to foreshadow. Additionally, with the power scaling system, I'm not really sure who can pose a threat to Luffy at this current point if he's Gear 5th, especially if he's able to defeat Kaido with ease, because as we know, Kaido is the strongest creature in the entire freaking world, which makes me believe that Blackbeard will acquire a third Devil Fruit, likely a mythical Zoan, and if that's the case, maybe he can stand on equal footing as Luffy if he has 3 Devil Fruits, obviously the Yami Yami no Mi, the Quake Fruit, 2 of my most favorite fruits, and then a mythical Zoan. My god, imagine how that would be. Who knows what Blackbeard's doing right now? I really think that the cover art regarding what's happening in Tato Land is real relevant, and Blackbeard is likely going there, but there's also the case that Blackbeard could come to take Kaido's Devil Fruit after he dies, and if that's the case, my god, Blackbeard is the embodiment of a pirate. But who gives a damn about that right now? Luffy has done his thing this chapter, and he has genuinely his coolest form yet. I'm sorry for all those who were thinking Zoro was going to kill Kaido. Zoro, no one even knows if he's alive right now, but Luffy killing Kaido, yeah, imagine that. Oh wait, we don't need to. It seems to be here. Guys, if you enjoyed this reaction and coverage of Chapter 1044 of One Piece, please let me know in the comments section below and drop a subscription, as it really helps out my channel. I love covering One Piece, and my god, this chapter, I can't get enough of it. As always, be greedier, and I will catch you all next time.